Hey everybody, welcome back to Dad Does Videos. Today we are going to talk about replacing your old, dingy, crusty, gross, dirty outlets with something new and fresh. And as you can see here, these are your standard electrical outlets in any home these days. What we're going to do is take that plate off, take that outlet off, and replace it with this outlet on the left from Legrand Adorne, or from Legrand, it's the Adorne model. And then the plate that goes around it is the piece that you see on the right. It's actually really simple. I think a lot of people get a little afraid to mess with outlets and electricity in their house, but I'm going to show you how easy this is. And it's really not that complicated. All you need to do this are the pieces of equipment right there. You can see those needle nose pliers, the scissors, which everybody has, some electrical tape, and a Phillips and flathead screwdriver. So we'll get to work on it in a second. Okay, so step one, this is really super easy. All you need is your flathead screwdriver, and you're just gonna take that middle screw right out of there, and that's gonna take this plate off. Before you get started though, just as a reminder, please turn off the electricity to whatever outlet you are going to be working on. If you don't know what that is, it's probably labeled in your breaker box in your house somewhere. Okay, and as you can see, I took that plate off. The next step is to remove the actual screws that you see here on the top and the bottom of the outlet. You can see that's a Phillips head, so again, just remember to make sure your electricity's turned off. Take those screws out and you'll be able to pull out the outlet a little bit, and you'll see it's attached to a bunch of wires from your wall. Okay, so here's what this outlet should look like once you take those two screws off. And as you can see here, you've got a black wire running to your outlet, you have a white wire running to your outlet, and you have a ground wire. That is it. So sometimes it's really helpful to mark where these are attached. We're not going to need to do that in this instance, as I'll show you, because the Legrand Adorne outlet that we're putting in tells you exactly where to put the hot wire, which is the black wire, and then the white wire, and then the ground wire too. So the first thing we'll do is remove these wires from the outlet we're removing. So that means you have to loosen these screws that they're attached to. So turn them counterclockwise, and then the wires will just come right off. Okay, as you can see, I straightened out the ends of the black and white wires, the copper coming out of them, and cut them down a little bit, again, just to make sure they're not exposed too much. What I'll do next is take the frame from my Legrand box, and what we'll do with this is just put this screw this right in. You can see the top and bottom screw holes for the screws. We'll put that in. This is the frame basically for the outlet that you're going to plug right in the middle. What I like to do is, or what you have to do actually, is put the wires down here right through the middle, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, we've got our frame up, as you can see, and if you notice, all those wires are coming out of the middle. You can see the green, which is the ground wire from the frame. You can see the ground copper from the wall, and the black and white ones as well. One thing I did forget to mention when I was introducing this video and showing you all of the equipment that we'll need, I did forget to mention that you need a level. A lot of people don't do this. I find it really helpful to use a level to make sure that your frame is set up the right way, because if your frame is not level, then your outlet's going to look a little wonky on the wall. So as you can see up here, the little bubbles right in the middle, so I'm good. It's just one more thing to double check before you put the outlet in. The next step in this is actually putting the outlet in, connecting all these wires to the outlet. What's nice about these outlets that I picked out is they're really super easy to install from a wiring perspective. They give you two options here. So if you have two black wires and two white wires coming from the wall, it tells you what to do. for our situation, we just have a black wire and a white wire coming from the wall. So we'll just follow the instructions. And what you do with these, as you can see, the actual outlet right here. Flip it around so that it matches up. So we'll put the white wire here, the black wire in here. What you need to do is just, so you can see these little screws, you just loosen these up in the places where you're going to put the wires in, plug your wire in, and then tighten them. That is all. There's no wrapping the wire around a screw and then screwing the wire in while you're holding the wire around the screw. This makes it so much easier. So we'll go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like on the wall before we finish this all up. Okay, as you can see, we have our outlet all wired up. We've got the black and the white in exactly where it told us to. One thing that we still have to do is connect the ground wire from the house to the ground wire from the frame. So what you do with these is just wrap them around each other on the end and twist a connector on them, your typical electrical connector, and then wrap it in some electrical tape. We'll do that. I'll show you what it looks like before we push everything into the wall. Okay, so we connected the ground wires, put the wire connector on top, and if you haven't done that before, you just, like I said, twist the ends of those two wires together, and then twist the yellow connector in a clockwise fashion until they're really tight, and then wrap that electrical tape around it. Electrical tape you can buy at your favorite big box store for like 99 cents or something like that. So what we're going to do now is just push this into your hole here first, and then we're going to push this back in there as well until it clicks. Okay, we've got everything pushed into the wall. We pushed our outlet in till it clicked once on the top and once on the bottom. And the only thing that we have left to do now is put our plate on top, and that just clicks right in. The nice thing about these Legrand Adorne outlets, they have switches, they have all kinds of different things, is you could pick your frame. So if I didn't want this white frame, they have brown, they have black, they have purple, they have whatever really color that you want. So you can coordinate that with whatever you have going on from a design perspective in your house. You could even have ones, I think, that you can paint as well. I like the plain, simple white ones. I think they just look really nice. So we're just going to pop that on top, and we'll let you look at the finished product. There you go, the finished product. Once you push that frame around the top and the bottom, it should click 2 or 3 times. But you won't be able to see any space around the outlet or on the back. If you look at against the wall, it's pretty tight in there. Go ahead and flip on your electrical to the room, make sure your outlet works, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like.